Oh, hello, hello. Welcome to the Powers That Be podcast or show, whatever. Whatever this magical journey is gonna be. Sorry, my stand fell down when I pretended to start the show.
Just excited.
Yeah, I'm real excited. This is actually take two. The
Yeah.
first time I didn't record, so it's gonna be exciting to do all over again.
Yep.
But but no, I'm Nick and this is my co-host Jaime, and
How's it
the
going?
show is called The Powers That Be. And what that means, we want to make a show that discusses power dynamics from our government, from everyday life.
Yeah. Yeah. The power structures that you know control the world, and we just want to cover a bunch of have a discourse on topics that are usually not fully covered by the mainstream media,
Yeah.
or just things that are like comedy that there's like misconceptions about, or stuff that gets misconstrued in the media, or
Yeah.
when a lot of times now people are getting their news and information just from like scrolling through Twitter or
Yeah,
Facebook and
scrolling through
stuff.
Instagram and shit. Or
Yeah,
just like basic like me- NPR or some shit like that.
yeah. When you're when the majority of people are just reading the headlines and not really looking at
Yeah.
the context of the things, and they're just hearing like little blurbs of these little reels or
I've
whatever on TikTok
I've
or
had a
all that.
I've had a coworker that I've watched read headlines, look at comments, and just keep scrolling. I'm like, you're not gonna
Yeah.
like read the article? Like, I know it's a Bloomberg article. I wouldn't read it either, or if I didn't have to. And he's just like, no,
hmm
that's enough. I'm like, you're not getting any
Yeah,
information. You're just
exactly.
liking
Yeah. So,
and arguing with people in
hmm
the comments section. I don't even think they know what the fuck's going on. But yeah,
exactly. So,
I think
yeah, but when nobody's informed, there's really no, you're not really having, there's really no um, way to have like a conversation about things. So that's why we wanted
yeah,
to start this show and really branch it out into different formats and just see
yeah.
like where it goes from there.
Yeah, we're not just gonna be this podcast form. Like, this is gonna be something that we actually want to be more casual. I know, like,
hmm
talking about power structures isn't casual, but like, I would love to like get guests one day, even people that don't
Yeah.
really talk about this thing, so we can like, oh, here, and then it does be interesting because then people that don't
hmm
understand can be like, oh, this person is getting it, so why can't I get it? Get it? I don't
Yeah.
know. That just be
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. 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 Just like you don't have to agree with everything that we say, or the purpose of this is just to like share information
Yeah,
with others and yeah,
educate. I think that's like
educate. Yeah.
a big thing people are missing today. You don't have to be a scholar or a philosopher or a teacher. Like, I feel like I teach people things every day just by talking about things people don't understand necessarily, like capitalism
Yeah.
or like why your boss is your enemy, like why are they the biggest threat to your life,
Yeah.
your daily life
Yeah. Like your boss is not your
necessarily.
friend.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe
Yeah.
your lower boss, but not the CEO, and maybe not your store manager. Fuck them. No gods, no
hmm
masters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 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 If you don't think that we should have any bosses or landlords, then this is the show for you.
Yeah, honestly, like fuck landlords.
hmm
Like who? I have a landlord. And I don't even think it's a person. I think it's just a fucking company that
Yeah.
owns like 200 properties or some shit throughout like the Chicagoland area. So
But
yeah,
some people think you should tip your landlord.
isn't that crazy? Like I was like I when I saw that TikTok or whatever it is,
Yeah.
I was kind of like, is this like a left leaning person making a joke? Like, because
Yeah.
I was like, this is too like on the point that
hmm
like, oh, tip your landlord. Like, no, this motherfucker literally is like, well, you tip your fucking barista, motherfucker. My barista makes 13 something an hour depending on what state you live in.
Yeah. You own
Like
this.
you're
You
a
own this
fucking
property. Like,
you're a parasite on the fucking
Mhm.
world.
But no, we want to give historical context behind,
Yeah.
ideas and things and topics. You know, talk about like workers' rights, talk about things that happen in the community that we see here living in Chicago, is things that we see around the country and across the world at large.
Yeah, class conscience is the name of the game. We want to have normal people to understand the power structures in your life. Like I have a friend of mine like a month ago asked me like, who do you think runs the world? And I'm like, that's simple. It's the capitalists, it's the rich, it's the powerful. Who lobbies, who owns the politicians, who owns the 8 corporation that makes everything in America, or like stuff like that. Like it's not black and white, it's right in front of us, but we're so shrouded by corporate media, Democrat and Republican politics, culture wars that mean fucking absolutely nothing. That should mean nothing to no one, because it's just a cover up to what we're really fighting for, and that is class warfare, and that's against the bourgeoisie, which is the capitalists, the rich, the Jeff Bezos of the world, the Elon Musk, and just everyday Joe Schmo like you and me, the guy that works at the grocery store, the factory worker, the truck driver, the firefighter, the Teamster member, the whatnot. You know, I don't need to go on. Like everyone that collects a paycheck should listen to this. Like you want to know who why do I not get a raise? Why do my benefits go away? Why can't I not retire till I'm 70? Well, we'll wait and see what Congress and the House does in the next coming months. But like, these are things that people should pay attention to.
Yeah, and that's what we want to do. You know, kind of just zoom out and peel back the layers on it all. It's, you know, the power structure is, and you know, hierarchy that, you know, it kind of affects our, not only like our lives like in the workplace, but also how it's kind of like ingrained in like the family system too. Like you have like your own little hierarchy, you know. So
capitalism makes the family system a commodity. The simple way to put it. Like, and that's something a lot of people would never really think about. They're like, what do you mean that capitalism makes it a commodity? Like, people put their kids in fucking child labor, and that's for a reason. That's survival, and that's a commodity to them because they need that income to come in. And you don't see their 8-year-old child. We're seeing it today with Iowa's, like bills in Iowa and Minnesota and their state houses. Like we're literally have child labor workers again. And it's crazy. Like, and people, you say that to someone on the street and they're like, what are you talking about? And like, that's like, something that should be talked about. Like, are we going backwards? Like,
in a lot of ways we are. So that's something that we want to bring up too. And you know, and further along the line, we want to have like you know, just focus on certain topics and really just like explore like what's really going on with them.
This is necessarily a long trailer, a long introduction. Sorry.
We just want to like lay out the groundwork and just share the ideas that we have, what we want this to grow into.
Like we've talked about starting like mini documentaries, like 2 topics that really actually pushed this forward actually was what's going on in Atlanta with Cop City and what happened in East Palestine, Ohio. 2 things that link together very well, and people would never understand that is because what's the railroad called? Norfolk lobbies.
Was it?
Norfolk lobbies. Norfolk Southern. There you go. I'm sorry. Lobbies for Cop City to get built and other big industries, and it's mainly corporations that fund this, and also right-wing think tanks and lobbying groups and cop groups, blah blah. But far-right and corporations always come hand in hand, so that doesn't matter to me. So, and that's something I think we should. Well, that's something we talked about, like for a short mini documentary or something. Well, that will come in the future, but that's the idea we have.
And then on the grander scale too, we want to talk about you know, things that are happening in Israel, or you know, talk about Cuba and you know, just things that people
Chicago,
don't.
like you said
Yeah,
earlier,
Chicago. Yeah, just things that people
or
have
this America in
misconceptions
general.
about. Yeah,
It's like even like climate change. Like I hate that that's a thing, but even people I know, smart people I know, will be like, I'm not sure about climate change. I'm like, what the fuck you talking
yeah.
about? It's fucking snowing one day and it's 60 degrees the next. You are a dumbass. It's
hmm
like a dumbass if you just want it to not be real. And I think that's
Yeah.
something a lot of people have a problem with it, but there's a reason why, because of fossil fuel industry boosting commercials being like, oh, we never be a society without fossil fuels and blah
hmm
blah shit like that, which is a coding of white supremacy if you really think, and colonialism. But we'll get deeper into that later in a future
Yeah.
episode. But yeah,
Yeah, just like
that's
how like the counter argument to when you bring up topics like this is like, oh, like what can I do like by myself, but it shouldn't be just by yourself. It's like just us starting this conversation is
yeah,
actually putting action to ideas and
yeah,
things that we believe in or feel passionate about. And yeah, like we all should be like a community working together and not just one singular person. The
yeah,
one, if you're just like if you're waiting for something to happen, the change is not going to come. Like it's going to come when you
yeah.
like come together. We all come together and really
It's like
put the work in.
making this, like it's not
hmm
talking about it and like, oh, I want to do this. Like, no, acting, like
Yeah,
doing what you want to do. Like, it's like a art. Revolution
yeah,
is a art
yeah.
necessarily. Like Lenin said, revolution is not one singular event. It is seeds of revolution. Like, it's a
Just
main thing.
yeah,
We do read a lot of independent and watchdog journalism, and
yeah,
I feel like that doesn't get a lot of like action. Like
yeah,
we're gonna talk about a lot of this stuff, like
yeah.
share a
Like
lot of articles and stories from them.
that's where we get a lot of our sources from. But jumping off of what you were saying, like the big inspiration for me is just like the idea that a better way of living is possible for us all.
Yeah,
Just because things have been a certain way doesn't mean that it has to continue that way. And
yeah,
if we all come together and really uplift each other and build like a real like community together, and we all practice compassion, sincerity with each other, then
yeah.
we can all shape the world that we really want.
I necessarily think all humans have natural empathy, and the only reason I
hmm
think people don't have that empathy or they cease to use it is because of trauma. And I think
hmm
I had trauma. Like
Yeah,
I had
we all
a
have.
tough family life. Yeah, exactly. And it makes you bitter. And I
hmm
think learning things like this actually opened my mind and awakened me and made me like, wow,
Yeah.
we're just humans. Like
hmm
race is a construct, nations are a construct, laws are a construct, gender
The
is a
nation
construct. So
state.
why exactly? So why do we have to be so bitter at each other? Why can't we just
Yeah.
come together, have open ideas, talk about why the rich and powerful fucking suck and we need to fucking open people's minds and hopefully end that wanting to be rich and that lottery mind frame in this country.
Yes. No, exactly. There's a better world possible out there. We just
Yeah.
have to put the work in to build it.
Yeah.
No, I think we really did a good intro here, just to let everybody know what our ideas are, and what
Yeah.
we want this to grow into, and yeah, just like the idea that these dystopian systems, are eating themselves alive, but they don't have to take us
Yeah.
with them. Like yeah,
The hustle culture, the capitalist
yeah,
culture, the all
yeah,
that shit. We don't
yeah,
have to
and
rely on those ideas.
we
We
also
are
like you kind of touched on it, but yeah, just like we want to have like a counter argument to like the whole toxic masculinity ideas that are going on that you see that
yeah.
get boosted on TikTok and YouTube and all that, and just
Look
that
at
goes
Prague
into
U.
the whole hierarchy thing that I was talking about earlier. But yeah, we'll touch on all these topics. It'll be a broad encompassing all these topics.
Yeah,
Talk
no,
about it
that's
all.
for sure. It's governments, even individuals like Ben
Yeah.
Shapiro or Jordan Peterson. Like it's crazy to think that people would follow these men that have no right think talking. Like I'm not saying I have any right, but like I don't know.
No, at
Once you
least we're
go
not
friend,
reactionary. We're not
yeah,
reactionary.
using it for
We're
hate.
but yeah,
That's yeah,
it's the compassion and sincerity. That's what we have to build towards.
yeah. No, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Like
Hmm.
we don't have to be so hateful. Like we
Yeah.
can come together as a humanity. Like people
And we
always
can
act
listen
like,
to each
oh,
other, and we can
yeah,
listen to each
exactly.
other, and we can all learn from each other, and you know, just having a conversation and not just going straight to, you know, argumentative.
Yeah,
No, we need to come out of that whole individualistic idea and really just want better, not just for ourselves, but for the people around us, and you
hmm
know, not just the people that you know, but for the people that you don't know. You
yeah.
know,
No,
yeah.
that's mainly what it is. Like I
Mm-hmm.
see people every day at work, and I'm just like, little do you know, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Like I you just go shopping every day. You're just living in the Matrix. What would Andrew Tate say? Oh, yeah, the Matrix. Yeah, he would escape the Matrix. That's right. Oh yeah. Well, I think this was a good episode. First intro episode. We'll definitely have another episode updates about uh projects we're gonna do. We want to probably do
Yeah.
articles and stuff. So we'll probably start a Substack or something like that in the near future.
Yep.
Probably
Yep.
get a podcast more than anything sooner, but
Yeah. That's what we want to focus on more. You know, do longer, just deeper dives into certain topics.
yeah, this is more just like the start. Like this is more
Mm-hmm.
like a ground floor for us and for our fans at the same time. Well, whenever that happens. But
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah.
So
Well, thanks everyone for watching, listening, however you're able to view this or whatever. Like and subscribe
and stay
to the
tuned.
power. Yeah, stay tuned. The Powers That Be network is coming at you. Oh, goodbye.
See ya.